As with most candidates, I'll give them an oral board question or ask them how bad do they want the job. And most of the time I get this answer of, oh, I want this job real bad. This is all I've ever wanted to do. I don't have a life now. This is all I want to do. I've got this burning desire inside me to get this job. Are there candidates here today that have that burning desire inside them for this job? Can I see your hands? Would you stand with me, please? For those of you that may still be sitting, I want you to look around at your competition, because here stands the Energizer bunnies. They'll keep going and going and going. They'll go anywhere physically, morally, and ethically and legally to get to a test and take it. They'll beg, borrow, and grovel, lose relationships, anything necessary to take this job. This is truly a burning desire. If you just have a pilot light, it's not going to work, because you need this drive, this burning desire to get you to get that job. If you don't have it, it's probably not going to happen. A nugget is an answer for an oral board question that's going to get you your best score and cause the oral board to go on to the next question. That's what a nugget is. Let me rewind my career back 27 years now. I was taking a class at Oakland High School given by a battalion chief at that time by the name of Bob McHugh. Bob McHugh had the nuggets. He termed the nuggets. He says, you want that nugget? Get that nugget. Use that nugget. Good nugget. I took that nugget principle and applied it to the oral board, because Chief McHugh did not give oral board answers out because he didn't want his answers cloned, and I don't want to clone mine either, and I won't. So I took this nugget principle and applied it to the oral board process. I would get questions for oral boards. I would figure out and talk to people what was the best answer that I could personalize for myself. Well, the first test I took out, I come out 27, then 17, 12, 9, 7. And then the results came in for Hayward, but it didn't have the placement on the list. So I called the personnel department, and the lady said, hold on a second, I'll get you the number. She came back on the line, she said, well, Mr. Smith, you're number 1. Not only are you number 1, you're 5 full points ahead of number 2. It's the nuggets that did it. As I mentioned, we get candidates into our firehouse, and as I get around to fire colleges, I ask candidates, why do you want to be a firefighter? And I'm going to ask you folks today, starting out, why do you want to be a firefighter? Is this the job you guys want?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, why do you want to be a firefighter?
Excitement.
Excitement? A challenge?
American dream.
The American dream. That's very good, Edward. That'll go in the Nugget Hall of Fame.
Like people being happy to see you there. You know,
Okay,
responding to
like
calls
people,
and
responding to calls.
feel relief when you're there.
Security and stability.
Security and stability, I'd be careful with that one. Okay, I wouldn't open with it. Okay,
Something different every day.
something different every day.
To be part of an awesome team that has a positive effect on people's lives.
Awesome team that has a positive effect on people's lives, yes.
Chance to save a life on a daily basis.
Chance to save a life on a daily basis. Would you be surprised if I told you that most of the answers that I just heard were clone answers? Let me tell you about clone answers. They will doom your oral board. Let me take you to a large city oral board in Northern California 3 months ago. 900 candidates went to this oral board. One of our officers was on the oral board. There were several oral boards. He was there for 10 days. His oral board reviewed 365 candidates. So it's now the 5th day. They go to lunch and come back. It's 2 o'clock. They're a little sleepy. They get up and open the door, and they call out your name, and you come in, and they ask you, why do you want to be a firefighter? And you start giving those answers that I just heard. and the oral board looks at you, and they've heard these answers for 5 days now, you can see the glaze go over the oral board as they go into autopilot. It's kind of like the deer that gets out in front of the headlight in a car and it goes. How long do you think you have when you go in and sit at an oral board to hook that oral board into listening to your stuff?